Okay, Cancer. So as far as your hopes, your expectations, we have a beautiful card here. We have the Nine of Cups, and obviously a cup is a water sign energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I do feel like this is you. The Nine of Cups is all about happiness. It's about success. It's also about wishes coming true. So I feel like for a lot of you, you are hopeful in regards to love and romance. If you've been through something hard in the past, or if you have had some rough patches with your love, you're feeling pretty good, a lot of you, regarding love right now. Some of you might be even realizing dreams that you have long held, and things are actually starting to fall into place. So that's really exciting. I feel like a lot of you you're starting to reap some of the rewards that maybe you've put a lot of effort or work into, relationships, and you can just see this figure here, masculine energy, is just adorned in gold and has 9 full cups, and he's proud. He's proud. He feels that he's done the work, and now it's his turn to enjoy and to kind of be pleased as punch within himself, to be proud of himself. And so I feel like a lot of you have been working really hard, maybe on yourself, maybe on your relationship, in regards to work, and I feel like a lot of you are proud of yourself, and so you should be. This is also about the pleasure of love and, making love. It's about, it does even have like a sexual energy to it. So I just feel a lot of you Cancers this month are feeling more sensual, feeling a sense of being in the spotlight. So you might be getting some attention from your loved one. You're feeling good. You're feeling sexy. This is also about indulging. So this could be about, going out to eat, going out to romantic dinners, making your loved one a romantic dinner. It's about pleasure and sensuality. And it could almost go to the other extreme where you're actually overindulging a little bit, or that's the temptation, just to, really live this time up. And I feel that some of you are this month, if you've been through a rough patch, you're finally about taking care of yourself. You're like, you know what? I need to start indulging in some self-care. I really need to start taking care of myself. And you're realizing that you're worth it, Cancer. You are worth the pampering and the luxury that maybe you have denied yourself. And so this is just a really awesome energy. I feel like a lot of you are aspecting your better side, or because every sign has its positive and negative qualities. So I feel like you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying who you are, and you're enjoying being a Cancer. You're accepting yourself more, Cancer, about, your moods, your ebbs, your flows, and you're also listening to your inner voice more this month. So this is really beautiful. And this is obviously going to shine forth in your relationship. So for some of you that are in a relationship, you're definitely going to be having a good time this month. A lot of you, you're going to be enjoying yourself. Like I said, indulging, enjoying luxury, pampering. But also for some of you that are single, you might more be about kind of having me time and taking time out to, pamper yourself, get your nails done, or have a day out with the guys, or just kind of really doing those things that nurture your spirit and your emotional fulfillment. The other thing, because this is general, we're going to be tapping on obviously different situations for different people, but the other thing the Nine of Cups can do, so as far as your expectations, some of you might have some pretty high expectations in love. With the Nine of Cups, it's almost it can almost be unrealistic. Obviously, if you're living this life of luxury, not very many of us can do that all the time. And so it kind of alludes to having really high expectations for maybe yourself or your partner or your relationship, and idealizing the relationship. And, that's how it is for everyone. We kind of all want that fairy tale, perfect romantic relationship. And, humans are full of flaws. And so that can be a challenge, what we have in our mind and what reality is. But I do have to say, Cancer, that the opposite sex is really going to be finding you pretty desirable this month, because you're really exuding a sex appeal. And I feel like a lot of you are just rejoicing in who you are, and you're looking pretty good. So this is just this is like a sexual confidence. I mean, as this guy, he's feeling pretty good about himself. And I feel that a lot of you are still, regardless, you're feeling happy in your own skin. The other thing, as far as your hopes, so if some of you are not in a relationship, I feel that a lot of you are wanting the best that life has to offer. I feel like a lot of you are not going to give up on your search for inner happiness and fulfillment. But overall, Cancer, I feel that a lot of you are really listening to your intuition and you want to enjoy your life this month. So a really beautiful energy. Okay, so as far as the obstacle or the challenge, I do feel that because a lot of you are feeling pretty good, pretty sexy, pretty confident, you might be kind of stepping out of your comfort zone this month. You might be doing more socializing, more partying, more, like I said, going out. And the obstacle, we actually have the Strength card, but it's in the reverse. And so what this tells me is, Cancer, I feel like you're going to be taking more steps out as far as love goes. But however, we do know that the crab is sensitive. And so it's kind of like 2 steps forward, but you're also cautious at the same time. So if you put your heart out there, you know, it's easy to be vulnerable. Okay. And so with the Strength card reversed, what the temptation or the obstacle or the challenge is going to be is that you might step out of your comfort zone, Cancer. Maybe you're like being more social or more flirty than normal. And there's going to be a temptation to pull back and to become afraid and to kind of lose that sense of confidence that you have been feeling. So I do have to say, because this is the Leo, some of you might be dealing with fire energies this month. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this is about kind of biting off more than you can chew, so to speak, where, you know, you're feeling really good. You take a few extra risks and then you realize that you come face to face with a lion. And that can be metaphorical in the sense of that someone or a personality or a situation, maybe it's just a little overwhelming for you. And the temptation is going to be afraid and to pull back. And there just might be a fear that, you know, wow, this is like a really, you know, this is a beast. This is a lion, you know, like I don't want to be devoured by this energy. And so you might be mingling with these fiery energies, and you know the crab is going to retreat back into its shell, into it being protected, because the crab is not going to reveal too much of its vulnerability. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to be stepping out because of this. You have a lot of positive energy around you, and so you're going to be trying new things, whether this is with your current partner or a new partner or just being single. However, as you take those steps, you're going to hear, some of you are going to hear that voice, you know, in the back of your head where you're feeling that lack of courage or to face that difficult situation. So, and that's going to probably bring some of you down because you want to be really you want to move forward, but you know, my thought is that you just have to accept yourself as you are and to honor yourself. There's going to be days where you feel like you can conquer the world and, you know, you are fiery and, you know, confident. And then there's going to be days where, you know, you're feeling a little more sensitive and vulnerable, and don't beat yourself up for that, Cancer. Know that that is part of your beauty. It's like the ocean. You know, you don't want a constant ocean that all its waves are always going crazy. Sometimes you just want it to be subtle and serene. And so honor your moods, honor your energies. And if you do come across a situation that starts to feel overwhelming for you, it's okay to step back and don't beat yourself up for that. And then with the Strength in reverse, it's kind of 2 aspects. It's stepping out into new territory and wanting to control it. And you know, that's just not possible. When we take a risk, we cannot always control it. And so the temptation is going to be to want to control this situation or this person or this relationship. But I feel the universe is saying, you know what, just step back, let the universe show you what you're supposed to do. You can trust yourself. You can trust your inward guidance, and, you know, just see what life is going to show you. This card can also talk about fearing someone else's power over you or losing your own power. And that can happen in relationships. You know, we tend to attract people in our lives that are going to challenge us to grow as humans. And So some of you might be fearing that this person is too dominating or they're just too overwhelming, and you're sensing this person's fire. I'm feeling a fire sign or someone that has a fiery energy, and you feel their anger and you don't want it to overwhelm or control you. And so it causes you to pull back. So some of you are going to be dealing with this person. I mean, it could be you, Cancer, because when the lion is in reverse, the lion is not being tamed. So there's somebody's energy that is not being tamed. And when the lion is on the loose, she's not being tamed by the more feminine, gentle side. Things feel a little out of control. This could also talk about, a secret being revealed. Maybe you're going to learn something. And it also kind of shows you your shadow side or somebody else's shadow side, where you see this and it's not the prettiest sight. So it could just be a little shocking for you, Cancer, but just know that you are branching out, and that's a beautiful thing. So with every risk, becomes a reward. Wow. Okay. So this is so amazing, Cancer. I love it. This reading is really has your energy. The Chariot is actually the sign of Cancer. So, and I love this card because this is the outcome or the realization. So what I get from this, Cancer, is that you see this figure here, and this person is holding the reins of these powerful energies. So on one hand, you have a black horse that's pulling one direction. On the other hand, you have a white horse pulling in the opposite direction. And here you are in the center. And so what I feel like is I really feel like a lot of you are expanding emotionally a lot this month. And with that, like I said, it's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step sideways. You are learning to control all of these different energies, and you're harnessing them. And this also can represent 2 decisions or two polarities or dualities pulling you in different directions. And so for some of you, you're maybe torn between 2 lovers, a relationship, which way you should go. But what's beautiful is this is a very victorious card. This is about you gaining that power, gaining that momentum, and you're moving in a new direction. I mean, I get a really strong, you're moving forward, Cancer, with whatever you're doing, and you're taking no prisoners. The thing about this card is it's full of potential. However, there's still going to be a lot of work necessary to bring about what you're really seeking. So if it is a new relationship, or if it's bettering a current relationship, or if it's just being single and more confident, you're off to the races. You're off to an amazing start. You're in control. You're holding on, and you're moving forward. However, it's going to take consistency and hard work and determination to get where you want to go, but you're definitely heading in the right direction. And part of this is just talking about that more and more you're realizing the key to your success is harnessing and controlling your emotions. And yes, you can only do that so much. You are Cancer. Your moods are going to ebb and flow. But the more that you can kind of accept that and keep somewhat control over that, you're going to be able to direct where this Chariot is going. You're going to be in control. What I also like about this card, Cancer, is that for some of you on the surface, other people see you as this incredibly strong, in control, powerful person, someone that has strong defenses. But if you look closer, there's more going on beneath the surface. So this card can talk about kind of looks being deceiving. So what looks like things on the outside may not really be what's happening on the inside. And for some of you, behind a hard exterior, there might be a lot going on under the surface. This is also about having your defenses up. So for some of you, you may be moving forward, because some of you are dealing with a fire sign or someone that has a fiery energy. You may choose to move forward with that relationship. However, your defenses are up. You are on guard. You are protecting yourself. You are not being foolish. So really, I just feel like this month you are branching out. You're very confident. I feel like you're going to meet some characters, or you're going to kind of see your own energies, and you're moving forward, Cancer, in love and relationships, but you're still on guard. You're still, you're not going to just reveal all of your cards. And the realization is going to be that in order for this relationship to work, or for you to move forward, it's all about controlling these energies within yourself, controlling your emotions. but just don't give up because you're on a beautiful path, Cancer. You have great energy surrounding. And actually, now that I think about it, it's your birthday month. So that's beautiful. Happy birthday for a lot of you Cancers. You know, and definitely harness logic and reason to balance anything that's feeling really overly emotional. Just try to kind of balance that out, because things are never as bad, or things may not be as they appear with this Chariot, or be as bad as you think. And staying disciplined and confident, like this confident energy you have, you're going to be able to tame whatever beast this has been. So anyway, I really hope, Cancer, this has been helpful. And if it has, I would really appreciate for you to like, subscribe to this channel.